When you see Josh in the water, what goes through your mind?
Take your marks.
It's like listening to music. It's a symphony. He and the water are one.
And they are off in the men's 100-meter fly. Josh Leando.
Swimming is rhythm. Very similar to music.
It's just a flow. You gotta know the timing.
Here comes Josh Leando in lane number 6.
And the way that he moves, it's so smooth. It's incredible.
When I feel that flow of the water,
Breaking away.
I feel like I belong.
At this point, it's all Josh Leando.
Currently now is the world's fastest teenager in history.
He was born to do this.
Josh Leando with 5 meters to go, coming to the wall.
Toronto native and Canadian senior men's national team swimmer Joshua Leando feels at home in the water. Even though he was born in Canada, that comfortable feeling began on the shores of the Caribbean.
My mom and my dad both met in Trinidad. That's kind of how Trinidad became our home. Growing up in Trinidad, it was like completely, water's everywhere. It was a part of life. It was funny because at first I was kind of afraid of the ocean.
We wanted to make sure that he was safe around the water. It was important for us to make sure that the kids were always okay.
It was just an activity to just make them be comfortable putting their face in the water.
It was a new thing, so obviously as a kid it was fun, you play around.
Very quickly, the trainers and the coaches told us that he had a good feel for the water. Most considered putting him on a serious competitive program.
Is there swimming somewhere in the family background?
Well, my dad was a good athlete. Cloyd is a good swimmer. I will reserve my opinion about my swimming skills.
When we took him to swimming, it was so peaceful. He took it on as a dance. It was absolutely beautiful.
It was like therapy.
It was absolutely therapy for me. Absolutely therapy.
But for Joshua to move forward, he would have to find his own therapy by facing his fears.
We were, swimming in open water, and he wasn't too confident.
And I'm like the one still on the boat, not getting in the water. I was kind of scared. I didn't want to do open water swimming. Like if I see a shark, I'm gone. I'm not going back in the ocean.
You were used to swimming in the pool.
Yeah. I got teased for that one. My dad's like you're a swimmer, like you're fine. Why are you afraid of the ocean?
So I went in with him. Then he just took off and disappeared from me. It was crazy.
Dove in and I went for it. Went deep and I was just looking around.
That is one moment that is very special to me because he was afraid and he didn't let the fear stop him, doing what he wanted to do. Wow, man, look at these.
I think you were 8:39, Josh.
I was 8.
Yeah.
But look at the distance between you and whoever the second guy is. Oh, man.
Yes.
That's pretty good for 8 years old.
Yeah.
No breathing for stroke.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
In Trinidad, I wanted him to go to swim in the meet where you're going to represent Trinidad. And then he says, no, I'm not. I don't want to go. I want to win a gold medal for Canada. That's what I'm going to do. I said, okay. But I said, okay, because I'm supporting him in whatever he's saying, right?
So Josh always had Canada in his heart?
Always had Canada in his heart.
So there's only one condition, Pops. All out, no quitting, all the way.
Joshua was one step closer to his dream when his family decided to move back to Canada and very different surroundings.
So when we came to Canada, we needed to find a pool first, and then find him time to be in the pool.
Swimming is not a place where you see Black athletes going to swim all the time. I wasn't discouraged because he was so willing.
And as I got better and I started getting ready to be more competitive in swimming, that's where NIAC came in.
He was 14 when I met him. He was like any 14-year-old boy with big dreams.
I think what made him really stand out is that he was not afraid to chase those dreams. You know, he said to me that you gotta set goals that make everyone else laugh.
I would set some goals, and eventually I started hitting those goals.
So he broke the 13-14 national male 100 fly record in 2017 in the summer.
Oh my God!
13-14, that's your Olympic Games.
Go!
From beginning to end, Josh likes to swim aggressively.
Go, Joshy!
You look at some swimmers and you go, there's a little bit left in there, but not much. With Josh, every time I watch him swim, I feel like, oh my God, there's a lot more left in him.
In 2019, at the Eastern Canadian Championships in Quebec City, Josh proved he could swim with the top of the food chain.
The moment he walked into the pool, he saw the water, he stopped talking. It meant business.
He was a different animal. It was a pivotal moment for him. To put it into perspective, Michael Phelps was in the 200-meter butterfly final and came 5th at the 2000 Sydney Olympics at 15 years old. So Josh had beaten that version of Michael Phelps in the 100 butterfly. Okay, maybe we have a medalist.
Kind of thinking about that, and you're right in that kind of ballpark at 16, one of the greats. It's a motivating thing, and it's definitely got me thinking.
How special was it to see Josh on the world stage at the Olympics?
It takes me back to a 4 or 5-year-old, 6-year-old kid that tell me he's gonna do this. I'm gonna be an Olympian for Canada that. And then I see him on the block with his name, the Canadian flag. Pretty special, man. It was.
I proved to myself that I am up there with the best in the world, and I'm still improving.
He might be loading that first kick a little bit much, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he has as much talent as anybody else in the world. He currently now is the fastest swimmer to swim the sprint events, the 50 freestyle, in the history of swimming. And for someone at the age of 19, that shows me he has a lot of potential for the future. It's very exciting.
You're not too old. Wow, you're gonna have to work with that, right?
Obviously, I'm a black athlete. It's kind of motivating when you have another kid of color come up and they're like, dude, like what you're doing is amazing. You start realizing people see you as a role model. How's it work? Good?
Yeah.
I believe that you have to allow your kids an opportunity to go and prove themselves. But if you put yourself in a place where somebody tells you that door is closed and you just walk away, even though you wanted to go through that door, you will be, changing yourself.
If you have 99 doors, you will open every single one of them. He could have done anything else. I think swimming just chose him.
I feel like there's so much more for me to do, and that's my motivation. It's just like, you had some success, but you still got a lot of work to do.